Now let's get into the brainstorm section. Oftentimes tests will give you a brainstorm section or essay portion. Sometimes they'll offer you the paper as well. So when I think of what were the causes of the American Revolution, I want my brainstorming to really be about what happened in the 1760s up until 1776. Now, the easiest things to remember, and something that will take up the bulk of your essay, are simply the laws that Parliament passed during this time. What were they? So let's think. Stamp Act. This is not in order, by the way. This is, I repeat, not in order. This is just off the fly here as I'm remembering them. So Stamp Act, Sugar Act. Again, the word act is going to signal if it was a law passed. The Tea Act. So these alone are just a series of taxes. The Intolerable Acts, also sometimes known as the Coercive Acts. The Quartering Act was one part, right, where they had to station the British soldiers. Part of the Intolerable Acts was shutting down the New York Parliament, or New York Assembly. Another was the Declaratory Act. We also had the Currency Act. So this could fill up a lot of your essay. This actually could make up well over 2/3. So merely writing about the laws passed will grant you a lot of points in this short amount of time. So this is one of the ways that you would argue it. Now, listing the laws isn't going to give you full credit. You need the context. And these laws have to do with the synonymous phrase or self-evident phrase, no taxation without representation. These things, such as the Declaratory Act, also have to deal with, and the shutting down the New York Assembly is Americans felt like their rights were violated. Now, what rights were violated? Mainly property rights through taxation and representation. So not having a say in the law. So it was an undemocratic regime. You could also think of the Boston Tea Party. That could easily be a part of your essay. The Boston Massacre is always a standout moment during this timeline. And you could say even the Royal Proclamation of 1763 was the start of all of it. So blocking westward expansion. All right, and that is, if I were you, that's how I would think of my brainstorm. So I'm simply explaining the causes of the American Revolution, what led up to it, a series of laws, a feeling of being betrayed or having the rights violated, and blocking westward expansion. The Boston Massacre, of course, was a violent episode in this period that really does stand out and really enraged Massachusetts more than anyone.